Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to get into the topic of how to approach somebody from a man standpoint, or at least not approach them, but how you gauge on how much you should be trying to call someone that you recently asked out, or maybe somebody that you know that's a friend that you're trying to ask out, or whatever the case is. This topic actually comes from a friend of mine who had asked the question because he was getting to know someone and he had asked them to hang out, and they kind of responded with something to the effect of not right now. And they didn't really give a follow-up time at the time. And he was just kind of asking me, what's a good time to follow back up? What's the amount of times that you'd ask, this kind of stuff? And then so I kind of really gave him some advice on that, and I hope that it helped him out. But essentially, I wanted to bring that question to the channel because I'm sure that's something that a lot of people might, wonder about or question about. So one thing to know is the difference between asking somebody out that you don't know versus asking somebody that you know very well, because there's definitely a difference. And what I mean by someone who you don't know very well, but maybe you know of them, and I don't mean cold approaching, say someone just on the street. I'm talking about maybe somebody that you see, maybe as an extension of work. Maybe your job works with not someone you see in the same spot, like say you see in the same office spot every day. Maybe someone who works on a different floor that you kind of see, but not all the time. Or maybe you go to the local coffee shop before you go to work or while you're at work, and you see the same person there all the time. So that would be the equivalent of someone that you don't know very well, but you see them every now and then, here and there, versus somebody that you know very well. So the person that you know very well, generally speaking, that kind of person you want to ask out straight up, and kind of, you don't need to kind of beat around the bush because they already know of you and whatever the case is. Now, I'm not saying do it in a way that's, very like, hey, I like you, let's go out. But, you can always do something to the effect of like, oh, let's go get coffee sometime, or whatever the case is, and see what they say. But if it's already in the realm of that you guys already initiated that concept that you both like each other, and you're just kind of like, hey, when are we gonna hang out? And they kind of do the whole, oh, well, not right now, or I'm trying to make time, because a lot of people will do that. And one thing that all guys should know, if they don't know it already, is never get put in the friend zone for someone that you actually like. If you don't like them, that's fine, you'll be put in the friend zone. But often the people we don't like and we don't mind being in the friend zone with often like us. So it's always usually that case of whether it's one or the other, you liking them or them liking you. It's almost never where you just both neutrally don't like each other and you want to just be friends. That's very rare. So with that being said, if it's someone, like I said, that you were already engaging with, you already kind of have phone conversations with, you already understand that they like you, you like them, or at least that's what's said, then you nip it in the butt right away. So you say, hey, listen, like, let's go hang out this day. If that's the days that they're off, let's hang out this day. And if they go, I can't, I got things going on, cool. Right after that, you can say, okay, so then what day works for you? If they don't tell you when, they say, I gotta see when I'm free. That means that you're not priority enough to make plans with. You immediately say, okay, and then you stop at that point. You can either just leave it alone and let it ghost, but sometimes that's not a good idea, because then when they conveniently want to hit you up as a pen pal, they'll do so. And so a way to kind of cut that immediately is just simply say, okay, listen, like, I don't think that this is going to work out. I don't feel that you're interested enough to want to make time with me, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You come at them in a way where you make them know, I'm not mad at you and I'm not judging you on it. I don't want you to, whatever, because sometimes people get emotional like that. They'll turn around and they'll start an argument with you because you rejected them. Or you could say they reject you first, but then you kind of reverse reject them back. Not that that's your intention for the purpose of getting clout on it, but you just want to put an end to chasing someone who is not interested. So when you say that, you say it in a manner where you let them know, I'm putting an end to this. But in addition, I totally understand. You're not interested, it's fine, it's all good. But this doesn't work for me. So, happy that, we had that exchange or whatever. I had a chance to try to, that we got to speak and get to kind of know each other. But, I hope everything worked out well for you. So by doing that, you closed it off in a positive way. So if you see them again, there's no issue. If they're the type you bump into, say if it's not someone you're going to bump into, say if it's someone from maybe online dating, whatever, it still leaves that kind of space of that you politely ended it and it's fine. But you also close that door where there's no reason for them to be reaching out to you. And if they do, now you can always just say, listen, like, yeah, I kind of already established I'm not really interested. Because what I find is most guys, at least most guys who have a sense of self, once it ends, even if that person comes looking back for them, they don't want nothing to do with that person, because once a guy loses interest, it loses interest for good. But now say if you, that's if you know them, pretty well, you've been talking with them a bit, like I said, under that kind of circumstance, you see them around normally, so you kind of have the sense of knowing them. And when I say know them well, I don't mean the best for your best friend, but you know them enough, like, you see them, whatever the case is. If it's someone that you don't know at all, maybe you met them from online dating, maybe you met them somewhere, you were shopping, someplace, food shopping, you asked some person out, you got their number. It's for the most part the same thing. The only difference now is you aren't going to as aggressively shut it down, because you don't know necessarily what's going on in their life, and they didn't know you long enough to maybe have that space ready, where someone who knows you, they already know you. If they want to make space, they're going to make space. So I would say you can ask them, hey, are you free this day? And if they say, oh, I'm kind of busy, and you could do the same thing. When are you free or available? And they go, I got to check my schedule. And you could say, cool, well, I'll check back with you in a couple of days. Let me know. Let's make plans so that way, we have something solid. And then it's not that much different than the first thing I mentioned, but you just get back to them and you say, okay, maybe 2 days, 3 days. Hey, listen, like, let me know what's going on. Do you want to hang out? Because I know you say we're going to get it back. I just want to kind of know so that way I can lock in plans, because I don't want to end up making plans with other people, because some people are asking me already that they want to make plans. And you throw that out there, even if you don't have no one else trying to ask you to make plans, it doesn't matter. Family, friends, whoever it is, you just say it like that. So, other people are trying to make plans with me. And it kind of forces their hand. If they say, oh no, this is not a good week, it's like, okay, cool. If you don't know them that well, it's fine to kind of ghost. You're not ghosting, because they kind of really the one who rejected plans with you, but you don't have to get back to them and necessarily close it out, where someone who you kind of saw on a regular basis, you close it out because you may bump into them again, or whatever the case is. Somebody who you don't really, haven't been speaking to for very long, or don't really bump into like that, it's fine to just kind of let it fade. And if they do kind of hit you back later on, just ignore them. Just ignore them. Don't even answer the text back. You don't even have to respond, because most of the time, a lot of people who aren't interested in you, when you hit them up, they don't respond to you at a timely fashion. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced that. You hit them up, they don't respond to you. They maybe get to you back a day later. If that's the case, you don't owe them a response either. So, in those situations, just let it go. If you want to give them a response, you can, and close it out as well, but you don't have to. And that's just a little bit of advice I just wanted to throw out there for anyone who's experienced that or wondering about that kind of situation. But main thing of all, do not be put in a friend zone. Do not give time to be put in a friend zone. There's no reason for anybody to have you lingering at the end of their attention, where you're waiting to see if they're available and they're just going, I don't know if I want to talk to this person or not. That shouldn't be the case. If someone's not excited to see you, dramatically excited, then that doesn't make any sense for you to be in that position. And you don't want to be in that position. It devalues you. So never have yourself inside that position. And as always, you guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.